Hello, friends. Last day of the workshop. Last day of the workshop. If you're here watching the replay, comment below and tell me replay that you're watching it. Let me know what you've gotten out of this workshop so far. Hi, Sarah from Sacramento, founding member of the Eat to Live family and loving it. Thank you for telling us that. I so appreciate you, Sarah. Who else is here? Let me know. Hey, Allison. Allison is back. Hello, my dear. Happy to see you. Who else is here? How are you guys doing? Last day of our 4-day Eat to Live challenge workshop. We're actually in the middle of a 6-day challenge right now. I don't know if you guys are doing it. Hey, Blanca. Got our family members here representing. Sorry, I feel kind of tired right now. I got to get my energy up. I did so much this morning. It has just been like, I see like waiters and waitresses like running around doing stuff. That's been me every single second of them since waking up at 4 o'clock this morning. It's been insane. Hey, Victoria. Hello, Melissa dear. Hey, Helen. I'm so happy to see you. Susan. Oh my gosh, I love when the family is all here. It feels so good. I'm so happy to hear from you all and see your beautiful screen faces on the screen. This is Kathy. Hello, Kathy. How is the dental situation? Good question. It's going great. So I have the temporary crown on, and then I also had to do three of my fillings had cracked, and so they had to fix them. And this filling back here was it was too high, so I went and got it adjusted yesterday, and now it's good. It's good enough until I get the permanent crown in a couple weeks. So no more pain. I'm getting better. It's still a little bit sore, but that's okay. Hey, Sandy Falk from Folsom, California. Looking forward to this Eat to Live family. We're so excited to welcome you in. So what you're telling me is that you're joining. I'm so glad to hear that. Oh, you're already in though, actually, because we just talked the other day. I know. And Melissa says, I'm continuing with set number 1, made the soup and smoothie again. Melissa, that's beautiful. Take these challenges into your own hands. And I was actually just talking with a client a couple hours ago about this idea of the challenges. I mentioned this before, but like the challenges are just a starting point, right? They are a starting point for us to see what some meals would be like, to see that Eat to Live food can actually be really yummy, but that we want to keep in mind that we should be the architect of what we eat, right? Like we should design our eating. Not someone else should design our eating. We should be so in tune with our bodies that we understand our hunger signals. We can like maybe follow a recipe if we're not good at making recipes yet, but we can add or subtract, do different things with it, make it our own, and also eat enough that we don't feel starved all the time, that we're feeling satisfied and all that. So it is a starting point of our journey. And as we learn these other things that I teach in my programs, like, hunger and satiety. I just said to a client earlier today, because we were talking about calorie counting in specific, and we were talking kind of about how, is it valid or not? Is it useful or not, right? And I came up with this thing. I don't think I've ever said it this way before, but that I mentioned this in the first call. All these things that we do, like calorie counting, macro counting, all this kind of stuff, it's just gamifying what we do, turning it into a game, right? And it's adding, like I was saying to my client, it's adding on math. Like it adds math to everything. Why would we like go to eat something, but before we eat it, we have to do a math problem first? Like that's just silly. When our bodies are already equipped with the most advanced supercomputer in the world. Like there's nothing like the human body that is this advanced. And we're saying like, oh, I'm going to use a little system called calorie counting, which is like these numbers mean this or whatever. Like it's worthless. It's such a waste of time to do. It's just adding time onto stuff that your body already has. Like your operating system, you were born with it. The operating system already has a program that allows you to know exactly what to eat, how much of it to eat, when to eat it. Like it's so advanced already. So I think the sentence I said was something like, I even forget. I should go back and look at what it was, but it was something like, why do calorie counting when your body is already equipped with the most advanced form of calorie counting, which is called hunger and satiety, and it's a feedback system in the body that. And I was saying, like, if you have a salad, you take a big huge salad, and you add this much dressing to it, and then you eat the salad, there's going to be a point during that salad, your body will give you signals. That's the advanced part. The body gives us signals of when it's had enough. It's like, okay, we're good. We've had enough. And what those signals usually are things like, this doesn't taste as good, or I really don't want this anymore, or you start to feel something in your stomach, like a little bit full or whatever. You have all these different things that you can use to know when you've had enough. And it's not a perfect system, but it's like, I've had enough, right? And if we if we're I forget where I was actually going with that, but the point I want to make is that if we're sitting here, so you put an amount of dressing on your salad, and you eat the salad, and then there's a point where the body goes, all right, I've had enough. It signals you, however that is. If you're not in tune with that yet, I get it. That's what I teach in my programs, is how to be in tune with this system, right? How to get back in tune with it so you never need a stupid diet again, right? So let's say the next day you have the same salad, but you put like way more dressing on because you're like really craving a lot of dressing. Guess what? The body gets it. You can't fool the body. So if you got a ton of dressing, that signal of having had enough is going to come earlier in the meal. All we have to do is get good at listening to it, hearing it, and actually responding to it. Okay, that's my soapbox. I need like a beginning soapbox moment. Okay. Yeah, Rosemary, I'm so glad. Um, Yay, Sandy! I know. I'm so glad you're in the family now. Susan says, I'm on set 2 of the challenge. It's so good. I know. I had the breakfast this morning. It was so delicious. I had the salad dressing. That was super, super yummy. I can't wait to put it with the cabbage salad. And yes, Cheri, you are in the right place. This is day 4 of the workshop. That's what we're doing. Also, Sue, I totally agree with you. Shout out to Nancy, and also Terry, who's helping Nancy create recipes now regarding the green smoothie recipe. I'm continuing to make that in set 2. It is delicious. I have to agree. Really, really yummy. Okay. So let's get into what we were supposed to talk about today. I'm going to be here till about 2-ish, maybe a little bit later. We'll see. What are we talking about? We're talking about where to go from here, future you, this kind of stuff. And I also want to talk about joining the family. I want to take just a moment here and ask, is there anyone on this call right now who already knows they want to join the family? They already know that they're going to join when we open on Monday, right? Let me know in the comment section if you already know that you're going to join, because we're going to talk about this a little bit more. But if you've liked what we've done, or what I've done during this, well, during the challenge as well, right? But during this workshop, if you like this type of coaching and you feel like it might be useful for you to help end emotional eating, you know, losing weight, perhaps, feeling better, better digestion, eating to live consistently, right? If that's what you're interested in, that is what we deliver. That is what we do. So I want you to seriously consider. This is funny. Blanca says, I am in the family. I know. The problem is, all of you people are from the family who are watching this right now because everyone's already in, because it's already amazing. So that's funny. Cheri, I talked about my mouth in the beginning of the call. So watch the beginning there. So what we're doing right now is the last day of the free workshop that goes with the 6-day challenge. We're on day 4 of the workshop, day 4 of the challenge. We got 2 more challenge days after this. Then we have Sunday where we're all going to just chill. And then Monday Eat Till the Family opens again, okay? You want to join because you want to learn how to stop emotional eating. You want to join because you want to learn how to eat to live consistently. You want to learn how to lose weight consistently. That's why you want to join. So consider that, okay? Now, what are we talking about today? Today, we're talking about future you and how do we, like, where do we go from here? So, the first thing I want to start with is by asking everyone on the call what what has been your biggest win during this challenge, this particular challenge? What has been the biggest win for you? This is so cute. Chantal says, well, third time's a charm. We'll join for the year this time. Good, Chantal. I'm the only one in my environment who cares to eat this way, and I love the support of the family. I missed it. Well, I'm going to tell you, Chantal, we really did miss you too. Our wonderful friend who is over in Europe, the Netherlands, right? Why do I always forget? What was I have like some type of a mnemonic device to remember because it's not Denmark. It's definitely the Netherlands, right? um, and you're coming back and you're joining for the year. That means so much. Here's why you would join for the year. Exactly what Chantal is saying, which is um, it's like I am going to commit to this, right? I'm going to commit to figuring this out. Yes, the Netherlands or Holland. Thank you. What's the my mnemonic device? Let's see. I would say Denmark doesn't have an L in it, but Chantal does and Netherlands does. So, okay, we'll see. We'll see if I can remember that one. My goodness. And look at the families. Really happy for Chantal coming back. And Blanca, don't make me cry. I'm so happy and so hopeful for my future. I'm so glad you just joined us recently. I'm so happy you're in there. I even got to coach you last week, which was so much fun. Just start to open up these ideas and figure out how to get over emotional eating finally, how to really understand how to use your own body to do this stuff instead of having to join a new program every 6 months and learn a new thing or whatever. Like, just do what I'm telling you. You'll get there. All right. So, if you guys have any specific wins that you can share with us about what you've done in this challenge so far and what maybe something you've learned about yourself, or even if you've found some new recipes that you really love, share with me in the comment section some wins that you've had from this particular challenge. And then what I want to do is I want to take a minute to sort of envision future you. Okay. Why is this important? This is actually a technique that I use with my clients all the time. And it is everything. It is so important. And interestingly, many of you probably have never even done this. Envision future you. Okay, why is this important? Because future you, this is going to sound maybe woo-woo, but future you like already knows how to do what we're doing. Okay? So we envision the future us who has gotten to our goal and we ask her, hey, how'd you lose the weight? Or, hey, what'd you do in this situation? And what I like to do is place it in a like a context of having already been successful. So for instance, let's stay with me here. Let's imagine us when we were 17. Oh, we've got some good stuff here. Blanca, nice. I'm so proud of myself and so happy that the instructions on prepping walked me through step by step. I'm so glad you're learning so much about this so quick. I've lost 3 pounds since Monday. That's amazing. It's only been 4 days. You go, girl. I agree, Cheri. This is like one of my favorite takeaways. Air frying artichoke hearts. Are you kidding me? So delicious. So delicious. And this person says, I feel like I can learn to be normal around food, get it and keep it in its proper place. Oh, that's such a good way of looking at it. Right. And had you not done this challenge, you wouldn't have learned that, right? Like, and you wouldn't not done this workshop and things like this. So let's do the future you thing. I want us to go back to when we were like 17, 18 years old, right? Seniors in high school perhaps, or just finishing up high school. Let's go to that place. And this time in our life, or maybe we can even go to our late teens, early 20s, when everything was like all up in the air and we weren't really sure what we were doing or how we were going to do it or where we would get to where we wanted to be, right? So let's take us at like age 20, right? Okay, age 20. Now I'm 40, okay? So at age 20, my 40-year-old self knows a whole lot of stuff that my 20-year-old self had no idea about, right? I've had so many experiences, so many things I've done since in this last 20 years. Now, if we take 20-year-old Cheri and we take 40-year-old Cheri, when I was 20, I wish I could have asked Cheri, what is everything going to be okay? How's it going to go? Like, what's happening? What would 40-year-old Cheri say to 20-year-old Cheri? Like, what would I say today to that 20-year-old with all her concerns and worries? Am I going to get married? Am I going to have kids? Will I find my passion? Is everything going to be okay? How am I going to pay off my school loans? All these things, right? All these things that are coming up. Will I ever learn how to lose weight? Will I ever eat healthy consistently? These are all questions that my 20-year-old self had, right? Now, if my 40-year-old self knows the answers to most of these questions now, right? What's my family life going to be like? Who am I going to marry? What will my last name be? What will my kids' names be? What will they be like? What will I grow up to be? What will be my job? If I accessed 40-year-old Cheri at age 20, right? Okay, so this is a little bit trippy now. Stay with me. Let's pretend we're 20 again. And I said, okay, what is my future self going to tell me? I know now, being 40, that what I would say to 20-year-old Cheri is everything is going to be okay. You are going to be just fine. No matter what happens, you will get through it because you are strong, resilient. I'll tell you the ending of this movie. You figure it out, right? Everything's going to be okay. Also, don't be so hard on yourself because you're going to figure it out. Don't worry so much about the loans. You'll pay them off. Don't worry so much about your weight. You'll figure that out. Don't worry so much about who you're going to marry. He'll appear, right? All these things will get straightened out in time. Everything's going to be okay. Now, see, that message is very calming and relaxing and loving and compassionate. Now, let's take 40-year-old Cheri, who has a lot of questions about the future, right? When am I going to lose this weight? When am I going to get to be 100% nutritarian? Is everything going to be okay? Is my kids' health going to be okay? How long is my husband going to be with me? How long am I going to be around? How am I going to feel when I'm 60? How will I get to the place where I feel comfortable financially, right? Like, where are we going to be in 20 years? All these questions that are still unanswered. I'm going to go and ask my 60-year-old self, what are the answers to those questions? Do you know what my 60-year-old self says? She says, girl, it's going to be fine. You're going to work everything out. It's all going to work out how it should. And don't stress so much about it, right? Above all, don't stress so much about it. Like, if my pre-cancer self, my 37-year-old self or my 38-year-old self during cancer was to ask 40-year-old Cheri, how did you get through cancer? I would say, by not stressing so much. I just did what I had to do, right? Yeah, this is beautiful. Facebook users say, enjoy what's happening today, kid. It's all a gift, right? Every single moment. I just said that to my kids yesterday. Every single moment is a gift. That's right, Cheri. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, right? So why does this matter? Because tell me Okay, 20-year-old self who's stressed, right? Maybe their general feeling is stress. Let me just turn this off real quick. The general feeling of the 20-year-old is stress. The 40-year-old looking back is telling the 20-year-old to calm down. Be calm. What did the other person say? Enjoy what's happening today. Enjoy. Be peaceful. Compassion. Everything's going to be okay. A very wise type of view, right? Now, why does this matter? Why is this important? Why do I always drop my eraser? Because it's a bad shape. Okay. Envision future you. Now, the general sentiment here of our older self looking back, it doesn't matter what age we look at. If I'm looking at 20-year-old Cheri talking to 5-year-old Cheri, stressing about tests in elementary school, right? Or if I'm 40-year-old Cheri talking to 20-year-old Cheri, or if I'm 60-year-old Cheri talking to 40-year-old Cheri, it's always the same sentiment. Just calm, peace. It's going to be okay. It will all turn out fine, right? So when we have a struggle, like our weight, for instance, or healthy eating consistently, and right now, say we're 55 years old or 65 or whatever, and our thought is, I wish I could just get this right. I could just quit failing, right? Quit messing up. And our feeling is stress. Here's what we do. We access our future us to tell us what to do and how to feel. So this is a little bit trippy, but access your 10 years from now self. And I want you to comment and tell me what your 10 years from now self says to you about this time in your life when you're stressed about whatever the things are that you're stressed about. For instance, healthy eating or the weight loss thing or whatever. Where does that person in the future, what does she tell you to do? Let me know in the comments what you think she would say to you. If you access her right now, ask her. You're 55 years old. Ask your 65-year-old self. If you're 70, ask your 80-year-old self, how should you be feeling about stuff right now, about everything that's happening? Would that future you say, yes, stress is helpful, stress is useful? Would she tell you that? No, she wouldn't. Right? Holly's long arm quilting says, have some faith. Many have gone before you. Amen. Right? Have some faith. And what does that mean? This place of faith. So instead of stress, we're in a place of faith. It's faith, perhaps if we're religious, it's faith in God, faith in the universe, whatever, but faith in ourself as well. Have some faith that you will figure it out. Look at these. Take it in stride, especially at 76, Sandy says. Don't sweat the small stuff, and it's all small stuff. Oh, that's so wise. That is so wise when you look back on it. All that stuff is the small stuff. It's just day to day, minute by minute. Even if you're going through cancer, everything is minute by minute. So you're not dealing with the big C. When you have cancer, by the way, you're not dealing with the big C. That's not what you're dealing with. You're dealing with, how do I get to the appointment for the radiation? And how do I deal with the tired from the radiation? And how do I deal with the surgery now and get to the surgery? You're dealing with small stuff. You're never dealing with the big thing. It's when you're always thinking about the big thing that it feels overwhelming. But when we're like, it's all going to work out. Look at this. Yeah, Chantal, don't be in such a rush to lose weight. Focus on health and feeling well and reduce stress first. How wise is that, Chantal? Don't be in such a rush to lose weight. Like, that's so huge. I coach on this all the time because inevitably clients, they'll have a really good streak in the beginning of coaching with me and then they'll fall off track for whatever reason and they get so disappointed. And I'm like, this is where coaching begins, right here. It wasn't the beginning success that matters. It's right here that matters. Because we're thinking, we have this timeline in our head of it has to be done by this point because such and such thing will happen if it doesn't. And the thing is, it rarely does. Like that's never, there's never an actual thing that happens if we don't get it done by the certain deadline, right? So it's like, why would we rush? Why don't we do it in a way that reprograms our whole brain, that focuses on health, feeling well, and reducing stress first, like Chantal said? And once we have those skills in hand and working, the weight comes off. But if we're stressed about the timing, when we're in a place of stress, we're going to overeat, and then we're going to just, we're not going to be able to lose the weight anyway, right? So if we were to release and go to a place of faith, a place of calm, a place of peace and empowerment, like our 10 years from now self already feels, because she's been through it. She knows, like, it's like my 40-year-old self talking to my 38-year-old self. The cancer thing is going to be fine. And if it's not, it wasn't meant to be. You were meant to pass at 39 years old or whatever, right? My 40-year-old self tells my 38-year-old self it's all going to be fine. No matter what, it's all going to be fine. It's all perfect. It's all going to go exactly how it's supposed to go. It's all going to be okay. So we can access our future self's wisdom today. That's the trippy part, right? We can access future self's wisdom today and sink into that. So when we find ourselves doing this thing, I wish I could just quit failing. I'll never get this. This is so horrible. We can access future self and go, what would future self say? What would future Cheri think of this moment? Like, okay, this thing I'm struggling with, whatever, it's not even food or weight related. It's like, could be anything. Like maybe you're struggling with your husband or your wife or your kids or your in-laws or your boss or whatever. What would my future self say about this moment? Don't stress so much. It's going to work itself out. Just be calm. Now, here's the important part, my friends. When we look at this model, these feelings create positive actions, right? When you feel calm, peaceful, empowered, you do positive stuff. This is going to lead to the results that you want. But if you're operating from a place of stress and worry and beating yourselves up and things like that, you're going to do negative stuff and you're going to get negative results. So future self is always the one who like gets it and like is calm, compassionate, curious, creative. Let's just see what we could figure out. Let's see how we could make this work with our current circumstances. Let's see what we could do. Instead of this, what's wrong with me? I wish I could just quit failing. And if we can access this thought shift now at age 55, not 65, now at age 55, and if we can shift our thoughts in the moment now, that's how we create amazing results. Okay, so I bring this up because it's just a little, it's not even a trick. It's like, for me, I do it all the time with myself. When I find myself in this place of push and stress and what's wrong with me? Why can't I get this? It's like in this moment, why can't I do this one thing? And then I go, I wonder, like, what is it? What was the thing that threw me off in that last meal or in that conversation or whatever? And I go, what am I struggling with here? Oh, well, I'm having a tough time sticking to my plan while my kids are eating their food. What could I do? Right? Instead of there's something wrong with me, I'll never get this. What's going on? It's, I wonder how I could improve this. I wonder what I could try. And I can look at future self like tomorrow Cheri and go, what are some things that tomorrow Cheri or future Cheri who has this figured out, what are some things she's tried? What are some things that she thinks works? right? And then from a creative space, I can go, oh, you know what? Maybe I'll have because like the other day I actually had this come up. Yesterday, you'll see it on the vlog today, that I totally had to overeat yesterday, like lots of overeat. And so much of it had to do with this tooth thing because I wasn't, I was just out of sorts and stuff. But I was feeling like, oh, poor me, the tooth thing, all these other things, my husband's out of town, so I have to do all the things and whatever. And so I let that take over yesterday. But instead of beating myself up, I was like, what happened there? What could I do differently? And I remembered a plan that I had before, which is to have my salad at night. And above all, just try to have salad at night with my kids so that I have a lot to eat and I feel really satisfied afterwards, but have my lunch be the soup. So, in effect, switch the meals around because I'm usually super busy in the middle of the day. So, lunch around 11 or 12, just getting it done, having a soup, whatever, that isn't a problem for me. Then I can just move on because I have so many meetings and stuff. It's when I have downtime that my brain starts thinking about snacks and overeating and things like that. So I've come up with a plan that's switch the meals. So I have soup in the afternoon and salad at night. And I was like, oh, that's right. I didn't do the salad thing at night. That's one of the things that I find helps a lot. And then I was like, oh, right, because of the tooth thing, and I couldn't really chew that much. And okay, no problem. So that one didn't work very well. No problem. I wasn't going like, gosh, what's wrong with me? I wish I could stop this. I was going like, I wonder what I could do tomorrow. Now that my teeth are better, I can go back to the salad thing. So this morning I thought about that again and I was like, well, that means I have to prep everything this morning. So I hustled and I prepped everything to take care of future Cheri because I know Cheri this evening is going to be tired and worn out and she's not going to want to hassle with anything. So I'm going to take care of her now because I know what's going to happen. And I have a similar thing that comes up now where when the kitchen is a disaster because dinner and kids and all these kinds of things at the end of the night, I always have a thought come in my head that goes, ugh, I'm just going to do this tomorrow. I don't want to do anything. There's too much. I can't. And my next thought is, wait a minute. Let's think about future Cheri of tomorrow morning, who is going to wake up and be super rushed because she's got to get the kids to school and all that kind of stuff. And I'm telling her that she has to also clean up the kitchen before she can do anything. No, I'm not going to do that to future Cheri. I'm going to take care of her. So then I do the dishes and I put everything away. I spend the next half hour, 45 minutes tidying up the house so that Cheri in the morning is not even more stressed because there's no clean dishes and my daughter's lunch thing isn't cleaned and the kids don't have bowls for their cereal and all this kind of stuff. And now I've added more stress to myself, right? So, can you see how there's ways to use this future thinking thing for ourselves um, all throughout our days, no matter what we're doing? Let me know what you're thinking. Like, what comes up for you when we talk about this? Is this helpful for you at all? How do you feel listening to this? Yeah, Rosemary had a thought for future self in 10 years, diabetes will go away. I've learned to eat. I can lose weight and feel great. Look how confident that is. That's like so much confidence. Mrs. Jones says, I can totally relate to what you're saying right now. I'm so glad to hear that. And then one of your future yous says, focus on healthy eating and the weight will come off naturally with time, right? See how different that is from this has to happen by my sister's wedding or whatever. Like, I got to get this done by November 13th, this arbitrary date because there's this event there and I want to look good or whatever. It's like focus on healthy eating and the weight's just going to come off. Who cares what the date is? It's not to say that dates and goal dates aren't useful because they can help motivate us a bit as long as it's from a positive space and not a stressful space, right? I'm glad you like this one, Sarah. Thank you. Okay, so that's future you. This is a technique that you can access anytime when you need it, and especially when you're stressing about something, when you have this feeling of like, I just can't get this or this isn't right or whatever. Use this technique, access this person, access this future you. And also this is I also have been like working on this I'm going to continue to work on this with food, right? So I do this with exercise and I do this with cleaning the kitchen. Like I go, what does future Cheri want me to have done right now? Right. And so I want to start doing this with the times that are the most cravey for me, the evenings when my kids are eating higher calorie foods and I'm meant to be having a salad or something like that. I want to access this future me of what will tomorrow Cheri want me to have eaten tonight, right? That's the one I'm working on now. It's like the one who really overate yesterday. I was like, damn the feeling. I don't care. Bloating, that's fine. I'll have the bloating. And then an hour later, Cheri was like, but you really didn't want to do that, right? So that's why I'm working to access that one to myself. Kim says, most of my cravings happen at night. Once in a while I give in, but I try a replacement like bedtime tea, which really usually helps. Yep, that's good. Blanca says, future me, I'm not going to let you down. I'm going to allow you to look in the mirror and see a reflection of our healthy habits. Beautiful. I love it. Yeah. Melissa says, I love waking up to a clean kitchen and the dishwasher is clean. Probably a shift from being in the family. Nice. Over these couple of years that you've been in with us, for sure. Starting to take care of future you ahead of time is everything. That's discipline, you guys. And the that word discipline is like, it feels like a dirty word if you don't really feel like you're a disciplined person, right? But these are things that you can use to create discipline. Like you would say that cleaning the kitchen before you go to bed and having that clean and tidy is discipline, right? But maybe you're not thinking of it that way. When you think of it this way, it takes some of the like sting out of it. And it's like, oh, it's just me taking care of my future self, right? And that's why we're doing a challenge, because we want to learn how to do this. We want to learn, and that's why we make our challenges the way we do, because I want to teach you how Eat to Live can actually taste good, how it cannot be super time consuming. I mean, the amount of time I've put in for this 6 days of cooking is like a couple hours max. For like a full week of cooking, and then I can just throw stuff in a bowl and eat it, or warm something up over the stove and eat it. That's faster than like even going to restaurants. Like if we went to restaurants for every meal, we'd still have to sit there for 30 minutes and wait for them to bring it. I mean, you could DoorDash all of your meals, but you're going to get so much crap on top of it. This really is, and it saves. And also think like the part that frustrates me so much is when people say it's expensive, like doing Eat to Live. And I'm like, but why don't you just add up all the extra crap that you eat all the time and then tell me what that number is? And then you tell me that Eat to Live is expensive. If you're truly eating what your body needs calorically on Eat to Live, it's so cheap. It's all the extra processed food and the overeating, the extra calories that we buy and consume that are what is expensive. Because what happens is when we start to do Eat to Live, it's more expensive than junk food, but then we're also piling junk food on it because we're not good at doing it consistently. So then it seems super expensive. But if we could cut off all of that overeating and just do Eat to Live, it's so cheap. That's right. Self-care is taking care of future you 100%. That is self-care for sure. Sarah says, I also love the clean dishwasher and clean kitchen in the morning for sure. It's so good. It's like me, like I didn't make my bed yesterday and all day I just didn't have time. And I mean, I could have found some time, right? But I just chose not to do it. And all day I kind of was like, wah, wah, every time I saw my bed, because I was like, but today it's like made and I'm like, I got my little jolt, right? So are we taking care of future us? And these things feed on each other too. As we get better at doing this stuff, it just feeds on itself. Okay, Blanca. So the 21-day challenge you're referring to, she says, how do we get information about the 21-day challenge? I feel like I should be prepping for it. So no, actually, it's a little bit different. This is the first time we've done it this way. So this is kind of announcement for everyone anyway. We're doing it a different way this time, where this 6 days of the challenge that we're doing right now is the beginning of the 21-day challenge. Okay. So this is new. This is a new way we're going to do it. So the full 21-day challenge is already in the family. If you go in the family in the courses section, it's on the left sidebar in the 5, 9, and 21-day challenge section, and then you can download it. So you actually are already started it if you're doing the 6 days, and then we're just on Sunday, everyone's just going to continue with the next set. Okay, so we're doing that as a family. So when you join next week, we will all already be in the challenge, and it'll be going, and you can join in with us there. Okay. So you'll be prepping just as you were prepping, these other sets or whatever. Okay. You're welcome. Okay, so that's a sort of future you thing I wanted to talk about. And it's this idea of also like, let's look at two different options now. Okay, we're going to look at two different options of our future. So this one is the go it alone. And this one, well, actually, let me switch these around. Let me put go it alone over here. And let's put join the family here. And what I mean specifically by join the family is use the materials that I'm talking about, right? Like use these systems of getting back to using the future you techniques, understanding our hunger and satiety signals, becoming more in tune with your body, taking care of yourself, loving yourself, and in turn, stopping emotional eating, stopping overeating, all these kinds of things. That's what we get when we join the family, okay? That's what we get when we actually make this choice. There's the go it alone method, which is like, watching workshops and going back through my YouTube channel and searching for videos that have messages and things like that to try to glean what you can. What happens with the go it alone method is that you end up wasting time. Why? Because you're the one that has to put in the legwork for finding all the materials. Now, I've talked about all this stuff in so many different places, but you would have to watch so many different videos and go through so much filler stuff to actually find the information that it's going to take you so much longer, and you waste so much time. It takes longer. And that's the case for actually joining a program and investing in a program, because it's going to be faster. The results, the learning, right? It's all going to be so much faster if you do it this way, because it's already laid out for you to learn it. It's already laid out for you to just get in, learn it, get there faster, and not have to like sift through all this other stuff. Okay. Now, a lot of you would be watching this and going like, yeah, but it costs money. It does cost money. Do you know what you're buying when you invest in a program like this? You're buying your time back. You see that? You're buying your precious lifetime back, because you don't have to be the one doing all the legwork of finding this. If it's already there, we already have it worked out. And I told you yesterday that the two things that we do are either join the family or do private coaching. Private coaching is like that's the 0 to 60 method, right? We can all do the private coaching if you want. We're available for that. But join the family at least. Start to invest in yourself. Find the money. Find it. I guarantee you have it somewhere. You're probably using it right now, overspending on calories, right? Buying calories that you don't need to eat. Let's talk about what you get in the family, right? You get the Eat to Live Academy, which is my flagship signature program. It teaches you all this stuff in 8 weeks. Then you get the truncated quick start program, just 5 hours. Go through that content, you understand the program, you can get going immediately. You can lose weight within that first day. Just by starting the quick start program, you get that. Those two programs are worth over $1,000 easy. I have charged $497 over 100 times for the Academy alone, and those people love it. And I had emails from people saying like, why do you only charge $497? This is worth so much more. And you get the quick start program as well. So if that wasn't enough, that's worth $1,000 or more right there. And then on top of that, every month you get coaching from me just like this twice a month, where you can come on with me personally, one on one, and I will coach you through something and move you past something light year speed to get you past any struggle that you have. Twice a month, you get that. That's almost like private coaching. And anyone can get coached in the family. Sometimes I can't get to everybody, but I try my best. Look at this. 1 year in the family. I haven't spent a full year consistently taking care of my food and my inner self ever in my life. Are you kidding me? I've not had a single moment's regret that I joined the family last April. It gets better and more valuable as time goes on. Holy cow, Linda. Thank you. And if this is your story, right? I haven't spent a full year consistently taking care of my food and my inner self ever in my life. This is your time. This is your sign. This is the time for you to join. It's always time for us to take care of ourselves first. And I'm going to teach you why that's true. And I'm going to teach you how it's the best work you can do in your life. Okay. So, what you're actually investing in when you join the family is actually not that much money. I'll tell you what it is in a sec. I'm making it seem like it's a lot of money. It's really not a lot of money. Why don't I just tell you now? In order to join the family, all the coaching calls, you get 2 coaching calls with me a month, which is so much. And you also get all the replays that we've ever done. Those are all in the family right now. You could join for a month, binge watch all the content. Well, you'd never get through all the content in a month. There's way too much. But you could binge watch as much content as you want. Just stay in for a month and be done. It wouldn't be useful for you, but you could do that. But you really do need to have I really see this as like a 6 to 12 month program, minimum for sure. Start to get some results around month 5, 6, but it is life-changing results. We're talking ending emotional eating, decades and decades of emotional eating. You can get done with that in just a few months. Are you kidding me? Do all the work and get on your path to ending emotional eating. Now, let's talk about the investment. What would it be worth to you to end emotional eating? What would you pay for that? If someone was like, I'm going to insert a new chip into your brain and you're not going to emotional eat anymore, what would that be worth to you? You would be well on your way to understanding how not to be overeating, how to lose weight, how to actually maintain your weight and not just continue to go up each year. You'd learn all that stuff. What's that worth? What would you pay? A few $1,000s? What if it was about your health? What if it was about not ever having a heart attack or not ever or reversing diabetes even, right? If I could teach you how to eat to live consistently, I got Mrs. Jones telling me that that would be priceless. What does priceless mean? Bazillions of dollars, right? That's what it's worth. It's our life. Let's say it's worth $100,000 to not have that surgery, to not have that, all of that missed work and those appointments and the worry and the concern of all the things we have to go through when we have diabetes or we get cancer or we have this or whatever. Oh, Christina says, I can't wait to join, Cheri. I love all the messages you share about compassion and love. I'm so glad. Free Spirit, thank you, my love. She says, the family, yes, even when I'm off the plan, I know I have support to help me find answers to the questions about why I'm having trouble. Cheri's advice on weight loss and life is priceless. Thank you. What does priceless mean? It means we would find the money because it's priceless. We would find it. All you got to do is cut back on some of the overeating and put that money towards this. I'm going to teach you how to cut back on the overeating. Okay. Now, so we're like, okay, what is this even worth? Like 100 replays of coaching calls. Hundreds of people have been coached and you can watch every single one of those replays. Workshops. We got recipes. We've got, we do challenges together. So instead of these 6-day challenges, you get 21-day challenges every quarter. camaraderie, love, a Facebook group like experience, but not on Facebook. It's totally private, totally secure in its own social media network. Only people who want to eat healthy and stay healthy and potentially lose weight are in there. If I said there was a place like this that would teach you how to end emotional eating, what do you think that would be worth? What do you think I should charge for that? Do you want to know what I charge for it? Should I charge a few $100 a month? Would that be worth it? What if I only charged $49 a month? What if it was like a gym membership? What if that's all I charged? Because it is. That's all I charge. That's it. $50 a month, $49 a month, and you can get all of that stuff. Or, which is what I actually recommend, you join for the year and you get 2 months free. What? And as we heard from Chantal before, she joined twice now. She's been in monthly, and now she's finally joining for the year. So we join for the year because we want to draw that line in the sand and say, I'm done. I'm going to invest in this, figure it out, put effort into my self-care for once because I'm worth it. $50, are you kidding me? Like, I spend that in Starbucks, you know? Like, if I went and got those 3 croissants and coffee like I was talking about yesterday, just a few times a month I would spend that. And I'm going to teach you how to stop that stuff. All the overeating that we do. Imagine if our body is 50 pounds overweight, how much extra food we have eaten to create that. If I told you I could remove that and you just pay me instead for me to teach you how to do it, all day long. Let's do it. Okay, give me some I'm on the fence because. Tell me why. Anyone on here, let me know. If you're on the fence, you're like, oh my God, but it's money. I don't want to give my money. I'm so scared. I have a fixed income, right? I'm on Social Security. I don't have any money. Answer this question for me. I'm on the fence because, and I'll help you work through it. Okay, so let me know in the comment section, anybody who's on the fence, anyone who's looking to join. We've got folks just chomping at the bit to join. I can't wait for you to join, Christina. Let me know what you're thinking, or do we just have all family members on this call? There's 34 of us on this call right now, so it could be that it's just family members. We got like hundreds of people in there. Of course, there's a lag with the comments, so, but maybe nobody's on the fence. Maybe everyone just wants to join. Let me know what you're thinking. And let me know what you thought about what came up for you today on the call. What is like, if you had to say like the one most impactful thing that came up that you could remember right now, if I was just like, what's the one thing? Tell me what it is in the comment section. What is the one thing that was so impactful for you today or over the course of the workshop? Like, what have you learned from the workshop that's really shifted some things for you? You know what I love to see is no one saying that they're on the fence. There's no comments about people being on the fence. This is exciting. And it must mean that we've got quite a lot of family members on this call. And that should teach you something, that they're in the family. They get 2 calls a month with me and they still want to do all this free call stuff too. I love it. Yeah. You say, I used to eat at Starbucks nearly every workday morning. Now I might stop through when I'm traveling. This means I'm gone from an average of probably 180 to 200 meals per year to less than 5. Lots of money, fat, calories, time saved there. Exactly. So much. We can save so much money. Chantal says, no fence here. That's good. You're jumping in. I'm so excited. Rosemary says, the coaching is amazing. I'm so glad. Imagine if we could have access to this coaching for us personally every month. What I like to think of the family as is like a gym membership for the mind, right? It's like $50 a month, whatever. That's what you might spend at a gym. But what if I could, and we've been talking about like food and weight loss and stuff, but what actually we're working on is like life coaching, right? I'm a certified life coach. So we're actually working on life coaching. So anything that comes up, family, job, stress, so-and-so passed away, whatever it is, so-and-so said this to me and I'm really upset. Anything that comes up, we coach on all that stuff and we just get it out of the way so it doesn't affect the food anymore, right? Jude says, family member here. Already family members, I know. That's right. I saved about $50 this week not getting fast food. Just this week, you guys. Right? Like, how much money could you save and doctor's bills and all the stuff in the future that future you doesn't want to have to go through just by investing right now, right? Yes, Christina, I can talk about privacy in the family. So it's 100% private. Okay. I'll tell you a few things about this. So the coaching calls that we do now, if you've seen me coach on Fridays when I do my free public live coaching, that's the opposite of private. Like, that's not private at all. Everyone can see that. But in the family, let me see if I can screen share a little bit. Well, actually I can't screen share because I don't want to, because the privacy thing. I usually have it set up so that I make sure none of the names are showing or whatever, but I didn't do that before this call. But inside the family, I want you to imagine it like Facebook, okay? It's basically like Facebook, but it's not on Facebook. It's on something called Mighty Networks, okay? Mighty Networks. It's just like Facebook, so it has a scrolling feed and all that kind of stuff, and everything that we've done is stored in there. But nobody can get in there unless you're a paying member, unless you're actually in the membership. So you have to be a group member. Now, it's totally safe, totally private, totally secure because you have to have a login and all that kind of stuff in order to get in. And if you're finished with your membership, we'll cut off your login and that kind of stuff too. So totally safe and secure because anything you say in there is only going to be seen by members who are currently in the family. It's not on Facebook, as I said. So it's in totally separate login. So any previous coaching calls, you've ever been coached on those calls, no one is going to see them except for people in the family. And I don't use any of those calls or anything without permission ever. So I would never, ever do that. And what's really fun in the family, if you've been in for a year or more, you get access to an extra coaching call per month. And that one is really fun because we do it without recording it. So it's super like ephemeral. It's just that particular meeting, whoever's on that call. I do that once a month with all my, what I call VIPs. If you've been in for a year or more, you get access to that call. You can come on with me, get coached just like you would on any other call, but we don't record it. So it just disappears. And you can get coached on anything you want. We've coached on some stuff in there, tears and swearing and all the things, so that we can really just get it out and get those things out. And then this is such a great, safe place to be that, you can have access to. If you've been in for 6 months, we have a little special VIP program as well, where I'll send you out a little gift. Yeah, so totally private. And Mrs. Jones says, I'm not a member yet, but I'm thinking of joining because I'm enjoying the prep sets and the grocery list. Taking care of my future self has resonated with me big time. I'm so glad to hear that. And the minute you join, you'll get access to at least, I think it's 2 full 21-day challenges that we've done in the past. There could even be more. And there's a bunch of our old 5-day challenges in there, as well as some I think we have some other stuff too. 5-day challenges. There's the free 9-day challenge in there as well. So there's so many free recipes and grocery lists and meal plans for you to access immediately when you get in there. You can pay for those on my website, but in the family, they're free. So you save a ton of money just by joining for a month and downloading that stuff. Not that I should be telling you that. I should probably not say that, but I said it. So listen, you guys don't really have a lot of reasons why you shouldn't join. That's great news. So I'll see you all in there. Goodbye. All right, that's it then, right? I mean, do you have any other questions? Do you have any thoughts? What's going on for you? I'm going to stick around for a couple more minutes if you need me. What's happening? Lay it on me. Oh, okay. Facebook user says, I've always felt that if I could get a year of healthy eating under my belt, the struggle would be over. But your program goes beyond food issues to the deeper stuff as to why you get off track. If you join for a month, can you join for a year if you decide this is for you? Absolutely. Yeah. Anybody can join for a year whenever they want. By the way, all of you family members who are on this call right now, you can switch to yearly if you want at any moment. right? So that's totally, totally helpful. And I'm telling you, if you put the effort in. Now, I want you to see the family as the DIY option, right? So the two things that I said I do in order to teach you this stuff, we do the family and we do private coaching. Private coaching is like 3 months. We'll have you in and out. You're done. The family it takes 6 to 12 months to really get some stuff reconfigured in your brain. Okay. So it's like, I like to think of it like the DIY option. And it's a really great option to start with if you're a little skeptical. You're like, I wonder if this is really going to work. Start in the family. Just start there, see how you feel. And like you said, join for a month, see how it goes. And if you love it, you can save that 2 months immediately the next month by just joining for yearly. We'd be happy to have you in for a year. We got lots of yearly folks. All the people here who are talking, they're basically yearly members, right, guys? All right. So that's all I have. I don't really have any. You guys didn't have a lot of questions, which is pretty great. And you didn't have a lot of objections either, which is pretty great. So we want to see you in there. Find the money. You can find it. I know you can. It's easy to find $50. I know it sounds like a lot, maybe for some of you, for sure, but it's worth it. It's worth everything. Yes, it opens on Monday for registration. So today is Thursday. And we got Friday and we got Saturday, and the challenge is going to be over then. Then we have Sunday. Actually, the family members are going to be continuing on their 21-day challenge then. And then Monday is when we open. Family opens. I think it's going to be about 8 a.m. Pacific or something like that. So you just want to make sure you're on the email list. If you are curious, you can go right now to learn more at thewateringmouth.com/family. Okay, so go to this web address right here, wateringmouth.com/family. There's a place that you can now register just for the wait list. Just put your email address in there and we'll make sure to notify you when we're open on Monday. Okay, so because we're going to send out an email. And I want to say it's in your best interest to join immediately if you can, because we have a coaching call coming up next week. So you can get on your first coaching call if you join right away. I don't know what day it is. And then let me see if I can figure that out actually. Let's see. On Wednesday. So we have a coaching call on Wednesday at 12 Mountain inside the family. So that way you can get in on your first coaching call already if you join Monday or Tuesday. I highly recommend Monday because then you can really just get used to it and get into it. And then we have a bonus call, which is on the 15th. That's Saturday, which is a live mixer call. We always do this when we bring in new people. Just all we're doing is everyone that's coming in, they're allowed to be able to come on to this particular call just to meet each other. It's kind of like a meet and greet. You can ask any questions, whatever you want to do. Come on for that. And that's going to be on Saturday. So you really do want to join now because there's some fun stuff coming up. Okay. So go to the wateringmouth.com/family. You can just do the wait list there. And then we open up on Monday. Yeah. Coaching call on Monday. Uh-oh. Did we put it on the wrong day? It should be on. Well, there's, I hope it's not Monday. Yikes, you guys. Did we put it on the wrong day? Because it's supposed to be Wednesday. Let me just make sure. Yeah. So inside the family is all the events. You'll be able to see all the events that are coming up. I'm showing Wednesday. So we have a call on Wednesday at 12 Mountain, and we have a call on Saturday at 2 Mountain. That's my time zone. So you really do want to join on Monday if you can. That would be the best time to do it. Oh, this is good. I'm trying to decide if you are just brilliant or if when the student is ready, the teacher appears. I am brilliant and also you are ready. It's both. I'm for sure brilliant and so are you. And I'm going to teach you how you are and you're going to be successful and it's going to be amazing. You are going to, if you join and you put the work in, you are going to change your life. Your life will be nothing like what you thought it was before. You will be a different person. You will be more calm. You will be more in control. You will feel more empowered. You will no longer feel out of control with food as if food controls you. If you do the work, you show up for the calls, you get coached, you really work on the program, and you actually put the steps in that I tell you to put in, you will be a different person in a year, a completely different person. I guarantee you. And if not, you're just not doing the work, right? That's all it is. Everybody has this capability. Everybody has the capability. And I know that because the only thing that's required is a brain. And I know you have one because you're watching this video, right? Um, do people ever feel that they get lost in the family because it's big? Listen, lost is a feeling. It's overwhelm. And it comes from thinking there's too much and I have to do it all in a certain amount of time, right? There is not too much. That's why I make the quick start program, because it's really, really simple. I'm going to just simplify it into 3 things. That's all you have to do. Then you just come onto the coaching calls. There's a lot of content in there, so you don't want to get overwhelmed with the content, right? The only thing I want you to worry about when you get in there is the quick start program. Just do that. Well, 2 things, quick start program and the events. So the coaching calls, right? Those are the 2 things that I always tell people, only focus on those 2 things when you get in. Just do the quick start program and just put the coaching calls on your calendar so you show up to them and get coached, or watch someone else get coached or whatever. Those are the only 2 things you do when you get in there. Lost in the family because it's so big. I'll tell you, there are people who have been in the family since day one. We've been open since January of 2021, so over 2 years now. There are people that have been in the family since I opened it, and I don't even know who they are. They are still in it. And I see their names come up every month, and I'm like, they've never introduced themselves, but they're still getting value. They're still in because it's so valuable for them. Okay? Lost is your choice. If you feel lost, it means you're thinking something about this, that it's too big for me to get what I need to get, or there's too many people in here, or whatever. I guarantee you there's not too many people. The program is very easy. Just come on, you can get coached. Just watch this, get coached. It's not too big. It doesn't matter how many people are ever in there. It's literally just about you doing the work, okay? You can it's very, very simple. Just do the quick start program, teach you how to do it, and you'll be off to the races. Okay. This person that's in the family says, I've never felt that way. So that's a great thing to know. Oh, Nancy has a training call on Monday. Oh, that's right. Okay. She has a workshop though. She doesn't have a coaching call. She just has a workshop, but my coaching call is actually on Wednesday. Okay. Yay, Deb. So happy to see you. And this person says, this is exactly what my future self wants for herself. There we go. So you're joining. I can't wait to see you. It's going to be amazing. Yes, you're right. You're right. It's not a coaching call though. It's just a workshop. So yeah. Okay. Let's see. Okay. It's mostly that I'm not very familiar with technology. I understand that. And we have had a lot of people who've had a tough time. Cheri, calling Cheri Spirit here. She's always having technical difficulties with it. But we're here for you. If you have any questions, technically, we'll help you. We'll help you figure it out. There's a lot of videos in there, like right when you first enter, there's the Quick Start program, but there's also a welcome video right in the Quick Start program that will tell you how to use the network and stuff. And so you can use that. It'll give you a whole rundown. But if you have any questions, Coach Nancy and myself are in there. You can just private message us in there and we can help you out. And yeah, everything you need is right in there, and we are accessible. And you can always reach out to us, support@thewateringmouth.com as well by email, or you can email me, Cheri@thewateringmouth.com anytime. And we'd be happy to help you figure it out. So don't use technology as an excuse not to get this transformation. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, do not use your inability to use, like I have a client that I work with right now, and she joined a private program that we had, spent, big investment with us. And she went into the program, and after a while she got so frustrated just because it was just so overwhelming for her, the technical stuff. And she's just really not a technical person. And so we switched her over into private coaching, and now she's happy as a clam. Like, we will always find a way for you to get this transformation. Do not let the technology hold you back. Okay. I know. She says, You'll need to be sure you've unpacked the Post-it notes before Monday. Thank you for keeping me on track. It's so true. Actually, I was just talking to my girl, Hillary. She's my project manager, about where I'm going to put the Post-it notes this time, because every time someone joins, I like to put their name up on the wall. So I think what I'm going to do is just try to fill in everybody around here and just get as many as I can on the wall and all this kind of stuff, so that I can get you guys going. Okay, so Chantal says, it's a very user-friendly network. That's true. Just pick up with the posted messages the day you join and go from there. Yep, that's it. It's super. When you get in there, it's really simple. It's very much like Facebook. Everything you need is on the left side in the sidebar. As far as like in the courses section, you'll see the Quick Start program, the Academy, the replays, all that kind of stuff. It's very easily laid out. Some people, they get overwhelmed. It takes them a few weeks to kind of get their bearings. That's okay, but we're here to help you, right? That's just part of it, but don't let that hold you back from getting this transformation of ending emotional eating, understanding how to, stop binging or stop emotional eating or whatever, and just how to eat to live consistently. Even if you don't want to, like, we're going to get you to that place where you really do want to. Take it from me. I know what it's like to not want to. Okay. This is your web address. Okay. thewateringmouth.com/family. We open up on Monday. I think it's like 8 a.m. or something like that. You don't even necessarily have to be on the website in the email list. You could just go to this address here. This is where we're going to allow you to join on this page. So go here on Monday, join right there, and we'll be so happy to welcome you. And it's going to be really exciting with all the people coming in today. Dorothy, I'm sorry you're sick. That's terrible. This was a really fun one. So definitely watch again. Oh yeah. And Chantal says, watch the binge-worthy daily weight loss vlogs from Cheri. Yeah. When I was this last couple of years, 2.5 years, I did a whole vlog series about what I've been doing to lose weight myself. And there's so much good coaching in there as well. Coaching of myself, coaching of you, all that. So, okay, that's what I have. I got to go. Thank you so much for spending some time with me on these workshop videos. I really do love doing these videos. This is my favorite thing in the world to do, is to do live videos with you. So thanks for spending your time, for coming back and learning this stuff. You are so inspiring to me. All of you that you've been on, the folks who are in the family, the folks who are interested in making these changes for themselves. So Monday morning is the time. You will be able to get in on Monday. We will welcome you with open arms. It's going to be so much fun. And enjoy the last few days of your challenge. It's Thursday. You just 2.5 days left. That's it. You're doing awesome. You're rocking it. I'm so proud of you. And I can't wait to meet you and get to know you more like family in the Eat to Live family on Monday. Okay? So join, figure it out. We'll welcome you in, and you're going to get that transformation. Okay? Love you. Have a good one, everyone. Thank you, family members, for being here. I just love when you're here, and you guys are the best. So see you soon. Bye. Oh, one last thing. This workshop that I just did, these 4 videos, are only going to be up until the end of next week. So if you want to watch them, but they're going to be going away. They will be put inside the family, though, indefinitely, forever. So family members will be able to watch these again if they want to. You can watch me bawling and crying from yesterday as many times as you want. But these will be going away in just a week. Okay, so that's it for reals. Now I'm really leaving. Have a great day, guys. Bye.